Hi there. It's pranking time. Somewhat like the previous prank we did, this prank consists of 3 phases. In that case, the Octopocalypse, which you'll see behind me, consisted first phase of something purely decorational, the octopus, second phase of a lot of water flooding the place, and the third phase, which in that case was a fail. In this case, something similar. The first phase is purely decorational. Well, a little bit of a gift, but mostly decorational. The second phase involves flooding, and the third phase is something else. In this case, however, the thing is really all about the third phase. The first 2 things are just distractions to make the first phase, or the third phase, work. So we're going to start that. This is a prank idea I've actually been working on for quite a while. The first idea for this prank happened way back in 2012, and if you've ever watched my old Terra Noxa series, at the end of episode 7 I posted a bonus clip with me just staring at the camera going, "Oh, I've made a discovery that'll revolutionize pranking, and it's awesome. Wah ha 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 ha." And that's there from all the way back then, but, well, back then I wasn't playing any multiplayer stuff, so I had no one to prank anyway, and it's been a long time coming, and there's some changes in the game. The original version I had then was really, really cool, but now there's been changes because that doesn't work as intended, but there's another thing which is also really, really cool. So it's still really cool. It's very sad the original one won't work anymore because it was awesome, but this is awesome too. I think I mentioned earlier on in the series how I often come up with crazy ideas for pranks without any reference to the people I'm going to pull them on, and I come up with an idea that requires a specific sort of environment or terrain or system to actually work. Which is the problem, is then I need to actually find someone who's got that kind of base where it would work, and then I don't. But in this case, we have one. Mr. Will, who is not funny, that's his name, has exactly what we need, which is a nice, flattish, grassy space of considerable expanse right in the middle of his castle. So we need to mark out the primary location for our little gift, and that's going to be a space that's, I think, 32 blocks that way by 48 that way, if I remember my maths correctly. So first we need to mark out that space with some torches. Yeah, if I might build some sort of note saying at the start, heck, I'll just stick this clip at the start. Let's make sure we can't see it. Heck, I'll just stick this clip at the start saying, if you don't want to ruin the surprise, go watch Will's reaction first. Then again, sometimes it's nice to see the setup first so you know what to expect. Anyway, you past people, go on and continue to watch the video. People who have just finished watching the video. Alright, so I've marked off an area with these torches. You can see there, there, and there, and some end ones as well. That's the area we're going to do. And I'm going to use these iron blocks, which is quite a lot of iron there. That is the product of spending a while caving, dying horribly and losing everything I had, spending another while caving, and then AFKing overnight at 2 different iron farms. And we're going to, with those iron blocks, build a very large bucket of water that's floating in the air. I imagine it'll be floating. I don't think I'll build any structure to support it. Probably just floating, yeah, just floating. Somewhere in the middle of this area. Probably right over the middle. So we need to find where that is. So it's, was it 32 that way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
16. So this is the middle. And we're going to build it 30 or so blocks up.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Maybe a little bit more, just for good measure. Yeah, 140. It's alright.
And how do I want to put the rim of this bucket? Do I want it this side? Because there's got to be water pouring out of it. And this is an even number. And it's going to be too wide. So which works well because it's an even number. And I'm, you know, perfectionist like that. And I care about such things. But I think it might work best if I do it like there and there. So that the rim of the bucket is over one side of the center. Because the center's a 4 4 blocks in a 2x2. So this will be the center here, essentially, and the water will be pouring. The bucket will be over this side, on an angle, which is very difficult to make round-looking things on an angle, pouring water over this side. And I'll probably not bore you with the building process. Building things on an angle is really tricky to get to look right, and especially when they're round, but I think that looks not too bad. Let's see if you can have a nice view of it from up here. Or not. Okay, from up here then. See, that looks alright from here. I've got some iron bars going around to be like the handle. And yeah, it's an alright proportion for a bucket, and is perfectly acceptable for our purposes. So the next stage, so that's phase 1 complete already. This is a simple phase 1. And phase 2 is going to be a little bit more tricky, but first we need to put some water in there. And we're going to just mosey on up. Whoop, that should be high enough. More than high enough. But let's not... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we need the water. We're going to just have 2 buckets of water in this thing, and they're going to be right at the back. And we're going to first fill this all with leaves so that they fill up the whole thing. Well, they're not right at the back, I should say. They're here. It should be enough space that the water will just pour over the lip. So if I go like that, and then like that, perfect. Except, I don't remember, let me just check a second. Except, I think no, I've taken the water out of the prototype. I think I had it not actually spreading to the corners. Oh, that doesn't make sense. I think maybe it was like that. Nah. I don't know. Maybe it was more, I think, like that. No, you can't do it like that. Or can you if you do this? Yes, you can if you do that. Okay. I think... I don't know if I like it like that. I'm being too picky about this. Anyway, generally something like this. So that... Oh! No! Gotta clear the wall! Gotta get up! Well, let's have a look, see what it looks like, and decide whether I want to have those corners done as well. Wish there was a way you could slow down, and well, you can, but then you fall. I don't know. Corners or no corners? Let me decide, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so now, you see where our torches are. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to land just then. Anyway, these torches, and specifically the corner ones, are kind of like way out here, and I want the water to cover this whole area. So to do that, we're going to have to place some blocks, and these leaves might not be enough. I might have to go and fetch some more in the process, but we're gonna, because pretty much we have to place blocks throughout the floor of everywhere. And how many blocks high did I end up having to go? I mean, you can recycle them as you go, but I think I need to start 2, 3, 4 blocks up, I believe. And then we just need to go...
Until we get to the end, which is... So we don't have to do that. Alright, so then, we need to also extend it sideways, and in the other direction as well. Like this. And this, and this, and this, and...
Basically we have to do that on all sides, and then go down a level, and then do it again, expanding outwards, and ever and ever. And I think that's really the best way of doing it. The other thing you could do is just, if you could somehow flood everything with just water, and then take those extra sources away, and it would come back to just what this one could flood. But I don't think that's going to be any easier, because I have no idea how I'd actually go about doing that without having to build a structure that's just as hard to build as this. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll get back to you. And there we have it. So I spread it out a little bit at the bottom to make it kind of whoosh, and then spread it all the way out. And you can see it just nicely fills in the area where the torches are, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. So phase 2 is complete. Now for phase 3. So let's just get rid of these torches because they're kind of not necessary anymore. Phase 3. These 2 phases, I mean, this is what you see visually or visibly. One of those words. Pick a word and stick through it. Choose one of those words. That's what you see when you walk in. So Will's going to come along and go, la-di-da-di-da, I'm going to go in my place. What the heck? Someone has built a giant bucket of water dumping stuff in my place. What a nasty prank. And then I'm going to stick a sign saying, whoops, I accidentally spilled a large bucket of water on your place. Sorry about that. Or something to that effect. And that's what you see. You think that's the prank. And on the surface, it's actually not really that bad at all. It's actually pretty nice. There's a lot of iron there, and it's free. You just got to dig it up. And all you have to do is clean up those 2 water sources, and all this will just dissipate. The only repairing damage you have to do is replant all the grass and stuff, and remake a few of the path blocks at the road I accidentally broke. So that is really a pretty nice prank. I'd like someone to do that to me. Then comes phase 3. So that is the ruse. That's the decoy. That's what you think the prank is. And then the terror strikes. Yeah. No, but seriously. What appears to be a harmless bucket of water spilt all over your place turns out to actually be disguising the Nochstarian tree troll, for which we will require a bunch of spruce saplings, around about 1,024 to be precise. Now, collecting that takes some time, so pop! Wrong spot. Hey! Here's some I prepared earlier. And also sea lanterns. Do I need this many sea lanterns? No, I don't. I could make do with torches instead, and I could probably space them out less, but sea lanterns are easy to come by thanks to my guardian farm. And Overkill is my middle name, so what the heck. Then, you might be wondering how I got this many spruce saplings, and why they're spruce saplings. Well, I used spruce because the other thing that would work properly with is jungle, and jungle saplings are a hell of a lot more of a pain to get. And how I got them, I'll show you afterwards, because I'm right here now. Alright. Come on, faster, faster, faster. What's my angle? We need great speed here. Well, we don't, but we're impatient. Alright, so what we're going to need is a big hole underneath this area that we formerly marked out with torches. Now, digging a big hole in the ground, if you've ever dug a hole in the ground, takes quite a lot of time. So, here's one I prepared earlier. So there's 2 blocks thick of dirt around this whole area. So our torches were in the corner of this bordering this center area of dirt. And you can see there's a lot of holes. I've already prepared this very, very well. And we're going to stick sea lanterns in all these little gaplets. Why? You shall soon see. Well, to provide light, obviously. And again, why sea lanterns? Like I said, overkill. So, in all the rest of the spots, we're going to put our lovely spruce saplings. And I've carefully arranged this pattern so that there's a 2x2 tree here, one there, one there, one there, and any sapling that grows is only part of one 2x2 tree. You can guess what's happening already now, because trees have this remarkable ability to grow straight up through dirt, and they grow through the dirt and leave the dirt intact. So if you plant saplings underground like this, when they grow, it just looks, because it's only like a few blocks down, you don't notice it. I mean, they'll be a little bit shorter, but they'll just grow, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like a tree's just grown on the surface. I don't know where it came from, but it looks like a tree's just there. But they're actually growing from underneath, and that's the trick. So what on the surface looks like just a bucket of water As soon as he cleans that water up, again, it's only the 2 source blocks at the top, so that'll be really easy to clean up. You just remove those source blocks, and the whole thing will drain away. And as soon as it's gone, the magic starts to happen. And all of these 1,024 saplings will start to grow, and they grow pretty quickly. And before he knows what happened, his entire courtyard, or at least this entire area of his courtyard, is one massive block of solid wood. And just pops up right before his eyes, out of nowhere. That is the Nochstarian tree. Oh, damn. I don't have silk touch. Actually, no, I do on my shovel. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Whatever, it doesn't matter if we're 1 sea lantern short. 3 sea lanterns, hey. That is the beauty of a Nochstarian tree troll. Oh, this is going to be glorious. I've, again, waited many years to actually pull this trick off. This is actually, like I said, the revised version of what happens. The original version, I first discovered that trick, again, 2012, sometime near October, I think. Shortly after then, around then. Whatever, 2012, that's like 4 years ago. Wow. I feel really old. Anyway, I was playing around with jungle trees in a test world and discovered their ability to grow up through dirt. And it was only jungle trees that could do it at that point. And I thought, now what was amazing and worked really well was that jungle trees, well, not really, there's nothing special about jungle trees, they did that, but the cool thing was that a tree would obstruct another tree. So if you could just fill this entire area up without bothering to do all the flooding and stuff on top, because that wouldn't be necessary, a few trees would grow, but the rest wouldn't. So in that case, someone would come along to their lawn and say, hey, there's a jungle tree, another jungle tree. Someone planted like half a dozen jungle trees on my lawn. That's really annoying. I'll go chop them down. Chops them down, and after that tree clears away, and it's finished being chopping down, that clears enough room for the next one to grow. And then another one pops up. So it looks like someone just, whenever his back's turned, keeps planting more of these darn blasted jungle trees on my lawn. What the heck is going on, guys? And they just keep popping up and popping up and popping up. And I was dividing the system where you had lava underneath, because it leaves the stumps under the ground, which is the tricky part, and you need lava to sort of burn it away. And that was a bit of a giveaway, because you can hear the sound of the fire that it makes when it does that. So that was some of the issues I was having, and trying to bury it deeper and find a solution. And the fact that I wasn't playing on a multiplayer server at the time at all, and had no one to do it on, is some of the reasons why it hasn't actually happened until now. And also, jungle saplings up. Darn it. Oh, wait. Yes! Jungle saplings are much harder to get, because in general, jungle trees, I think, have less leaves than giant spruces. I use giant spruces, not regular ones, for reasons we shall see. I don't know. The number of leaves might be about the same, but jungle trees, well, for one, they have vines and stuff, and extra branches which make them more awkward for harvesting leaves from. But also they have, like, I think it's only a quarter of the amount of drop rate for saplings than regular trees, or at least they used to, I think. So yes, they were much of a pain to get saplings from, compared to our lovely spruces. So I went for spruces, now that spruce can do double trees. Now it has to be the double trees to do the grow up through dirt trick, and I think I need to get rid of these torches, because they can also obstruct it. So, I am going to carry on. I'm going to clear out the rest of these torches. I'm going to plant all the saplings. Oh, this is going to be glorious. And I've dug 2 blocks to the side and made sure that's all dirt as well, so that otherwise if there's like sand and things closer, which there was originally, that would also obstruct some of the trees from growing. So yes. Yes, I'm going to continue to prepare this, and then I'll get back to you. I need to show you where I got all the saplings from, because you're probably interested to know that. I think this one's okay, but I'll break it anyway. So plant all the things, and then I'll get back with you for the making of the sign, and then the sapling thing. Bam! That is a lot of saplings. I'm starting to feel a little bit bad. This is going to be a real pain to clean up. That's going to be a heck of a lot of wood. Nah. Alright, so this is our lovely spruce sapling farm. You can see I've got these large pillars of dirt, and using the same game quirk that makes the Nochstarian tree troll possible, this allows you to collect saplings to perform the Nochstarian tree troll. So you plant your trees down here, they grow up, but because it's dirt all the way up to the top, only the first 2 layers are actually the spruce wood. So all you have to do is come along and you only have to chop out 8 blocks instead of a whole tree for each one. And you need to go and break some of the leaves yourself though, because, well, these ones are attached. But even so, they don't update by themselves, so you still have to go break a few leaves. And I've built these stairs as an easy place to fly off from. Easy takeoff. And these ones have all grown nice and big and bushy, but sometimes they grow fairly sparsely and whatnot. And it took quite a while, and yeah, Nochstarians collect all the saplings, and even so, I still got tons and tons of spruce wood. That's just a small token of what's left after I've cut a lot off to other bases, and I've still got some here. I think many stacks of spruce wood I have left over from here. So yes, that's how I got the saplings, and it works pretty well. I thought I could make it more efficient and easier. Instead of having to fly off all the time, I thought of having like a piston car thingy that flies back and forth and rips open the leaves, because I discovered that works. Just updating them with redstone or other block updates doesn't seem to work. It only seems to be breaking the leaves. I don't know why, but in my test that's what worked. But yeah, piston would, so I thought of doing that. But for this size of farm, it's not really necessary. If you want to do it really super huge, yeah, by all means, but for this it's not really necessary. Alright, now we just got to fly back over there and leave our calling card. For if he does if he does dig down here and finds it, a sign with a label, Nochstarian Tree Troll version 1.0, to be compared with, I guess, 0.5, which was the original version that didn't work. Well, it doesn't work anymore with the jungle trees and the thing. I feel this sign is probably a bit bigger than it needs to be, but it looks fancy. That's the main thing. And it's made out of spruce. Lol. So what does it say? Hey man, I was checking out how your place is going, and I accidentally spilled a bucket of water in your courtyard. Lol. Real sorry, man. I hope I didn't break anything important. Love heart. And my head, just for compensation. Oh dear. And I think I'll also go over to our public, well, not public, the Discord chat, probably send him a private message on that and say a similar message. Oops, I accidentally spilled some water at your place. Hopefully it didn't break anything important. And he looks at that and goes, ugh. It's like, well, that is a heck of a lot of free iron. I'll take it. Woo, do, 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 do. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yeah. And a few minutes later, suddenly his courtyard will look like this. Or something similar like that. So, to finalise, I think I'm going to wait around here just a few more minutes. I want to give those saplings time to get good and ready to grow. So that hopefully each one, I think there's only like 2 stages these days that they have. But I want them all to be in the stage where they're ready to grow. So the next block update tick will, or whatever it's called, will, if I can get off the ground, please. No, can't get off the ground. The next thing should grow it. So I'm going to wait around here a few minutes for that purpose. And obviously the fact that you're seeing this video, I'm not going to be releasing it until I know that Will's at least seen it and seen the trees as well, and not just seen the thing and gone lol. I'm going to make sure this video is not released until it is known to him. So check out his reaction video. I'll post a link to that in the description as always. You might almost want to do that, watch that first, so you get the suspense and the surprise yourself, but I guess it's a bit late for that now. Oh well. So if you haven't seen his video, maybe I'll put a message at the start saying you may want to check out his reaction. If you don't, quit telling me about my toner being low. I don't. Yes, sorry, notification. Yes, I might put some sort of note saying at the start. Heck, I'll just stick this clip at the start. Let's make sure we can't see it. Heck, I'll just stick this clip saying at the start saying, if you don't want to ruin the surprise, go watch Will's reaction first. Then again, sometimes it's nice to see the setup first so you know what to expect. Anyway, you past people, go on and continue to watch the video. People who have just finished watching the video, yes, that is it. Go check out his reaction if you haven't already. I hope it's good. I hope he doesn't get too mad about all the trees. I think I've covered everything I need to say, so I'll see you later. And have fun. Have fun chopping. Maybe I should give him an axe. Free axe. But I don't want to give anything away. No. That's not a good idea, because, you know, why is an axe? I wouldn't give him an axe. I could give him an axe and hide it somewhere. But nah, that's... Give him like a wooden axe or something, just for lols. That would be funny. Anyway. Or possibly a sponge. But it's not really necessary, a sponge. Anyway! I don't think I'll do any of that. I think I've done enough damage already without needing to add insult to injury. And I still can't take off. I might have to do a water-based launch. Taking off, yeah, really annoying lately. I mean, it always is tricky to get it. I'm talking about things I shouldn't be. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope Will doesn't get too bitter about this. And obviously, general disclaimer, if it is too bad, you think it is terrible, obviously I'll help you chop them down. But I feel like that should be a given with any prank. If you ever feel that someone's gone too far, they should be willing to help clean up, and, you know, whatever prank you like to do, be willing to help clean up if they deem it necessary. Obviously, most people don't, and it's nice. It's kind of the point. But I'm willing, he's Will, and I'm willing, and I'm rambling for no good reason, just because I don't like ending episodes. But thank you for watching anyway, and enjoy Will's cries of dismay when he sees the horrors that I have wrought upon his poor, miserable life. Bye. Did I mention I'm a perfectionist?